Hey everybody, how are we doing today? Let's see. Welcome to ShineOn's live event. We're going to be talking with Kyle from Route here in just a minute about some shipping insurance. But go ahead and start off. Just wanted to see where all our viewers are, where you're located. I know we've got people all around the world watching right now. So drop a comment and let's see where everybody's at. We got Chicago. Hey, Patty. Howie's here from St. Pete. Another St. Petersburg. We're popular down here. We're our new Florida office. We got Clearwater, another Florida, Minnesota. Awesome. India. All right. Bangladesh. We're all over. Perfect. We'll go ahead and start out. Just want to remind everybody, I'm John from ShineOn. You'll see me in our groups, John ShineOn or John Burgess. Either one depends on what I remember to mark myself as when I'm in the group. ShineOn's a print-on-demand jewelry service for drop shippers. Allow you to create custom jewelry for your customers. We have both the Shopify app that you can add us to your Shopify store, as well as ShineOn.com, which is our platform, which allows you to create products and market directly to them without having a store. So two great resources. Today we're going to be talking about shipping insurance and ShineOn.com. After the Christmas season, it got pretty crazy, and our customer support got super bogged down with requests, shipping delays, packages not arriving, and it became a customer service nightmare. So we went out and we looked for a solution to help us with that, and Route ended up being the perfect solution. So we've been using Route for a couple months now and have had great success with them. So now that we feel like they're vetted and an awesome service, we want to promote them out to all of our other Shopify stores. And so we brought Kyle in. Kyle is the partnerships manager over at Route. And so we just want to bring him in and have a short discussion, make sure you guys are all up to date on what Route is and how it can work for you. And, make sure you see the benefits that we think you will see as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add Kyle in here. Hey, Kyle, how are you?
I'm doing good, John. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
Welcome to the live stream. I believe you're out in Utah, correct?
Yes, correct. I'm out
Maybe
here.
Woke you up a little early today, but
no, it's great. Got to get after it in the morning,
Exactly. Awesome. Well, go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about a couple different things today. First of all, we're going to talk about what is Route, what does it do. We're also going to go into how ShineOn.com, the platform, has used Route over the past couple months. Go into some of the benefits that we've kind of highlighted that we think our Shopify users and sellers are really going to get value out of. How it's used by both the Shopify seller and the actual customer of the product. And then go into how the integration works if you're using ShineOn, what it costs, and then we'll answer a couple questions and see what we've got.
Perfect.
So let's go ahead and get started. The first question is, what is Route? What is shipping insurance, and what does it do?
Yeah, great question. I think the best way kind of to start is to take go back a few years, and our CEO was doing some conversion and web optimization for some other companies, and an area that they identified as somewhere that they could increase customer confidence was actually through this very small amount of money to pay for shipping insurance. Shipping insurance was something that they realized that if they offered, right, they'd be able to build that trust and make sure that customers have that confidence. So fast forward a few years, right, it's spun into an entire company that has we have over 4,000 websites currently offering Route. Our network has grown to over 10 million customers, and it's actually incredible to see how fast the market has kind of attached to our business and is running with it. So that's kind of where we started, in reference to the picture that we have up, where you see an app with tracking on it. So as we continue to build out our product, we also have a visual tracking app that you can offer to your customers for completely for free. So they can download the app and they can track their packages in there, as well as file a claim if they were to add the insurance as they go through checkout. So hopefully that makes sense. We kind of have two products, tracking and insurance. But yeah, the insurance piece is, we cover stolen packages, which, try to go to FedEx, right, and ask for them to cover that for you. You're probably not going to do very well. I mean, and as even Amazon, they take pictures of the package on the doorstep, right, to kind of wash their hands, be like, hey, look, we did our part. And so if it gets stolen or anything happens from here on out, it's not we don't have to take care of it. And so there's companies that are doing things to mitigate this issue that's growing, which has really been good for us to get into the market.
Awesome. And obviously in today's market, it's like you said, we all hear about stories about porch pirates. I get people go, oh, we delivered it yesterday. I go, there's nothing, and it shows up 2 days later. So the shipping right now there's a lot of questions out there. And as we know, as a company, every day we're finding out about USPS is having more delays and things like that. So shipping's a nightmare, especially as a customer service person. I wish they would all adhere to the 2 days they say it's going to be, and not end up being 5 or. But let's go ahead and go on and talk about how ShineOn.com has used it. I'll go ahead and take a little bit of a lead. Like I said, Christmas season, we had great sales. I'm sure all of our sellers as well had great sales. It was an awesome holiday season to be a seller. But along with having come, a lot of sales, there's a lot of customer service to deal with, a lot of issues to deal with. Like I said, porch pirates out there, packages going missing. Now, ShineOn as a service to our sellers, if you're a Shopify seller and you use our app and one of our packages goes missing, we generally just remake it for free and ship it. We eat the cost so that our Shopify stores don't have to. Now, not every service is as good as that. And it's not necessarily something that we as a company like doing, but we choose to do that to add a little bit of value to what we do. But like I said, we dealt with a lot of that, and we saw it becoming a pervasive issue. So that's where we went out and we got in touch with you guys and have now put you into our platform. And the way, we're able to reduce our customer service issues. If someone has made a purchase on ShineOn.com and opted in to have route added to, or route on their order for a very cheap cost, generally less than $1, they come to us and say, "Hey, my package never arrived," and we check the tracking, and it says it's delivered. They said it never arrived. We go, "Oh, you bought route? Here, go file a claim," and you guys take it from there. And it reduces the amount of back and forth that we've had with customers, because it's always, well, did you receive it? Did you check your mailbox? Did you check here? Did you check there? And it ends up taking us like 3-4 days, multiple communications. And it's a huge time suck on, the customer service department, all of our agents.
Yeah.
And we've had really good usage. I say beyond average usage on our site. 95% of our orders have chosen to use route, which is awesome. And
it's unbelievable.
As a customer service person, thank you.
Yeah, and I mean, we can obviously we have a lot of websites we're partnered with, and there's something about maybe the price point and a small box, right? Or some jewelry where it's high value to the customer and it's custom, right? And so people want to ensure that it's going to get there. And kind of, I was just thinking, I didn't fully give the full picture, right? So route insurance is 98 cents for any orders under $100. And so the majority, of your orders, and I can't remember what your AOV is, but it's probably, it's only 98 cents for the customer to insure that order. And then if anything happens, right, like you're already saying, if it gets lost, if it gets damaged, or if it gets stolen right off your porch, in a few clicks, you can file a claim with Route, and we have a 24-hour guarantee that we're going to repurchase the customer that item or refund them. So you as the merchant, right, the benefit you're getting is, one, like you already said, you don't have to spend all that time. Over 50% of our claims are handled with one touch. We kind of take pride in that. So there's not that back and forth going between the customer and any customer service rep, right? And so the customer is getting this easy filing process, easy resolution. You as the merchant, right, you're saving time. We're going to buy them a new product, which means you get to keep the money, right, from that first sale. And then you're also getting a second sale when we repurchase it for the customer.
Exactly. That's huge for our Shopify sellers. I mean, if an issue arises, technically you're making money. Not to say you want that, and it's not something we want to provide as your fulfillment center, but it's a huge added benefit if it does happen.
Exactly. Yeah. And we've made this so that you as the merchant, we looked at the we looked at the landscape, and we're like, okay, customers and merchants are losing because they're passing off a part of their brand experience to a carrier, right? You're losing control. And we were like, there has to be a better way to ensure that, both parties aren't getting, taken advantage of in the situation. And so it is really, really a win-win. And if we can't reorder it, right, we refund them directly. So you still keep the money. So at no point, right, on 95% of your orders, which again is unbelievable, right, you have 100% protection.
Yeah. So it's we love it. And like I said, the 90% decrease in time spent on claims. For us, it's so easy. As soon as we get a message from someone that says, my package didn't arrive, or it's damaged, or whatever the issue is, the first thing we check is, did they have route? Because if they did, that makes our response so much easier. And we say, hey, go file a claim with route. It's super easy. And like you said, they file the claim, and generally very shortly afterwards, they get a response from route that says, we're going to reorder it, refund it, whatever the issue is. So it's super easy for the customer. So let's go ahead and move on to the next spot, which is, the benefit for sellers. We've kind of already covered a lot of this. Most of our sellers, they're marketers. They're not in e-commerce to do customer service. It's not fun. They've had to deal with a customer goes to them and goes, hey, my package didn't arrive. And because they're not the fulfillment, they then, as seller have to come to us and go, hey, my customer's package didn't arrive. And then we go, did they check their mailbox? And then they have to go ask. It's just this big back and forth. It takes a lot of time away from doing what you want to be doing, which is making money. And so that benefit right there is, I don't understand why, if you're a Shopify store owner, you wouldn't just go put route on your store. I mean, I am in charge of customer service, and I don't like doing customer service, especially when it comes to stuff like that. That's my least favorite area, is my package is lost. Because again, like you said, we have no control once that package leaves our facility. So how are we supposed to know what happened to it? We get the same tracking number as the customer. And like I said, you cover lost, damaged, stolen packages, and you have a huge approval rate on the claims that you get. Very rarely, unless you can really prove that this customer did get their package, very rarely do you disapprove the claim.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, right, we're trying to fix an issue, and we saw that the best way to do this is make sure that approval rate's high and it's easy. Those are like the two things that we're like focused on. We actually have a 96% CSAT score, which obviously if you're in the customer service world, you know how awesome that is. And we're proud of that because we're trying to like fundamentally change the experience that customers are having. Like just the other day, I was at my friend's house and her package showed up and there was a huge tear in it. It was from like ASOS, one of the big e-com sites, and shirts had been ripped. Like shirts ripped in like you wouldn't even expect a damaged shirt to ever show up. And we were going through the process that they had to do to get it fixed, and it was ridiculous. And we're trying to change that. So we're making it easy and make sure everybody gets approved as best we can.
Exactly. So then going on, so how does the ShineOn seller integrate route onto their store? Luckily, they're a ShineOn user. They use our app already. We did that hard work for you. We've already done everything. So my understanding is they download the app.
Correct. Yeah. So we've obviously worked with some of the other team to make sure that, it's called div, right? A line of code essentially is sitting essentially inactive in everybody's store currently. And all they have to do is go to the Shopify App Store. They type in route, RUTE, that's it. Hit enter. It'll be the first Shopify app to pull up, and they hit download. And, it should be just their store should be going live once they finish that onboarding. We have like a 5-minute onboarding, answer some questions. But yeah, so, like everybody can see right here, this is essentially what goes on your website. Is there'll be a slider that will allow you to add the customer to add protection. So you kind of pointed out there's two options, right? You can go opt in, meaning the customer has to opt into the service, or opt out, meaning the customer has to opt out. It's pre-selected. If your goal is to decrease customer service time and to make sure that the most amount of customers are seeing the benefits, it makes typically more sense, like you guys have chosen, to go opt out. We typically see 50 to 60% of coverage, again, because of, maybe it's custom jewelry or the price point, maybe it's small. You guys are seeing 95% attachment rate, meaning 95% of your orders are attaching route to that order. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I also did see a question from Patty in the comments that asked if you can, just add $1 to your whatever your shipping price and or whatever your cost. And the answer is yes, you can go what we call full store coverage, which when you're going through onboarding, you'll have the ability to, you actually do have to get approved for full store coverage. But you can put that, you can submit that into our team. And essentially what changes is instead of a slider there on the right side, it'll just say the words free, right? So the customer is still seeing, hey, I'm being protected they'll still receive an email after they check out from Route saying, hey, if your order is lost, damaged, or stolen, file a claim here. Everything is exactly the same. It's just instead of the customer choosing to pay, Patty, you can in fact pay for it.
Yeah. And like Luna just pointed out in one of ours, we deal with all of our customer service. And like I said, we're an opt-out. So we automatically put it on there unless they choose to remove it. We have never had anyone complain about getting shipping insurance added. 98 cents is generally less than the taxes you're paying. So people do not complain. They love it. And when they do have an issue, trust me, them knowing that they can just send a claim to you guys and it's done, we've had no complaints about it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be afraid of going opt out. So I recommend it.
And also at the end of the day, if a customer, and I'll jump on that one real quick. If a customer doesn't want it, maybe they didn't see it for some reason, then you can always refund it. You can always refund it up to the point that the package is shipped, right? From that point on, you're utilizing our service, right? We're protecting that package in transit. But anytime up to that, you guys can refund it and we won't collect that insurance premium from you at all. So yes, we do cover international orders. We're backed by the Lloyd's of London, which is the largest shipping insurance carrier, or essentially backer in the world. And, they're awesome. It took us about 18 months to get this micro policy put together with them. And it's been an awesome partnership. So yes, we do cover all international orders so that they can have that peace of mind as well.
Awesome. And so I think the most important question that a lot of Shopify users are going to want to know is, how much does it cost? I'll let you take this one.
Yeah. So right there, big bold letters, it's completely free. So if you think about our business model, right, we will put our option, right, shipping insurance on your website. Customers will choose to pay for it. And then every week, we will collect that previous week's worth of shipping insurance, or those premiums that customers paid. We will receive those back from you. Unfortunately, we can't do split payments due to Shopify limitations. And so when you're onboarding, there is a section that asks, hey, what's your billing information? So we have the ability to collect that money back. So there's no service, there's no like platform fees, there's no nothing. We literally only just collect what customers pay. And so for the net effect for you is it is completely free.
Awesome. So I think, another added benefit that I think a lot of our stores, might not understand quite yet, but like they sell our products and they also sell a lot of other products. Now, do you only cover ShineOn, or do you cover everything in their store?
We cover everything in the store. So there's only like a few categories out there that we don't cover, which is like, I don't know, some weird ones, like maybe actually I do think we cover gun ammunition as well, but there's everything that anybody on here is selling, we definitely cover. And so yeah, that they when they turn it on for their site, any order coming through has the ability to be protected.
Yeah. So this is not just for ShineOn stuff. This is for anything you're selling. So again, that from a customer service angle, I'm sure plenty of our stores see it. They don't like dealing with it. Get rid of it. Use Route.
And Route and what we're seeing is we have a lot of, especially in today's current climate where, especially with like everything going on with COVID and just in general, like we're seeing two things kind of happen right now. We're seeing stores are taking a pretty hard hit, or some stores are actually doing pretty well. Like food and drink stores, a lot of those things that people are trying to buy online are doing pretty well. And people are calling saying, hey, like we're drowning in customer service. Like we want Route because we understand it's going to take away X% of these tickets, right? So for anybody out there who's a marketer trying to scale their store, but don't want to have to beef up the CS team or any of the, operational costs that go along with that, Route is an incredible tool and technology to help you scale without having to add, more, manpower to keep up with that scale.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and we'll look at a couple questions. Feel free to submit any questions, everybody, if you have any. I'm going to try and cover a couple here real quick. we have a lot of sellers that actually do sell on Etsy as well as Shopify. So is Etsy an option for them?
So today, unfortunately, we are not integrated into Etsy. Trust me, we're trying to work on all the the major players out there, eBay, Etsy, any of these platforms that allow somebody else to sell an item. So we have a Shopify integration, we have a BigCommerce integration, a Magento integration, a WooCommerce integration, and then we have what are called API docs, meaning if you have a custom site, like we can integrate. But these like locked down platforms, unfortunately, we're not there yet.
Yeah, because Etsy's a reseller marketplace, it's not going to work for that.
Yeah.
And then another one, obviously, this is just restating this, but what other thing? They download the app. What else do they have to do?
So you can go to that link. I think Zuffy put it on it. Yep, there it is. The go.route.com/ShineOn. Right, there's some additional benefits that ShineOn customers will see. Right, free expert installs, a lot of that other stuff. So definitely go to this link, and it'll prompt you to get some information and make sure that we get all the tagging correctly, and then you just download our Shopify app, and it should be as simple as that.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, we went ahead and thought about this ahead of time because we knew after we saw the success that we wanted all of our users to use it so that we don't have to answer their customer service questions. So we went ahead and built the integration into our app. So it's as simple as download, turn on, it's there. Because I don't want to have to do all their integrations either.
Yeah. And we have a team that we want to make sure that everything goes smooth, and I'll be on top of any ShineOn reseller. If you ever have any questions, if there's a way to leave my email, it's kyle@route.com. Please email me. I will make sure that you get added to the top of the queue to make sure if troubleshooting or whatever it is, I want to make sure you guys have a good, easy onboarding experience and experience with Route going forward.
Yeah. And one other thing to mention, obviously but we have our ShineOn Profits on Demand Facebook group. Kyle is in our Facebook group. So if you have a question about Route, Luna, myself, one of us is going to tag Kyle. So you're getting an answer directly from Route, not from us. So it's another thing. He's in there. He'll be interacting with you. So, put your questions in there and we'll get him to directly answer it so that everybody can see it and we can share that knowledge with everybody. It's awesome to know that we've got a partner so vested in us that they're willing to sit in on our Facebook group and answer questions. It's an awesome thing. So,
absolutely.
So I think that covers most of the questions. So we're going to post this video when it's done. Obviously, we've got the link right there. I believe it's up in the description on this post. We'll have links on our app. And so, look for it. I recommend highly go out, download Route. There is no downside to it. And it only appears in the cart. So it's not going to have any effect on page load speeds on the product pages, correct?
Correct. Yeah. And obviously we work every day to optimize, our widget and make sure that it's functioning properly. So
it's just going to show up on their cart page and then in checkout, I believe, when they're in the shipping. I believe it shows up in both for Shopify.
So actually, good question. So Route is actually, it'll show up in your store as a product, and there'll be a bunch of different kind of variants, different price points depending on cart value. So, any orders under $100 is 98 cents. Anything above that is 1.5% of cart value. So $200 cart means Route would cost the customer $3 to insure, right? So we have some different price points attached, to that product. So you'll see the widget, right? The on-off slider in the cart page, and then it'll add a product to their cart. So you will see that product in checkout, but there's no more ability or slider in the checkout. Like once you get to there, just, Shopify locks that down pretty well unless you're on Shopify Plus.
Yep. Awesome. Well, I think that covers everything for today. Like I said, We're going to link everything. We'll still be answering questions if people have them coming in. We've got Kyle in the group now, so he'll be there to answer questions. But follow the link, go download Route, and we look forward to not having to answer your customer service question. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Have a good day, Kyle.
Yeah, see ya.